Mr. Fegba, thank you for that submission. But Mr. Ashomi, very quickly, and based on what the lawyer in the studio and also my colleague Kemi asked earlier, I would like to put the question straight to you because when Justice Iyan asked the question yesterday while delivering the verdict, the judgment, he asked this question and it was like a rhetorical question, which I would like to put to you now since you are there in our studio. He said, what attempt did the PDP make in obtaining the president's certificate from when INEC in June 2022 published the president form EC9 to 21st of March 2023 when they filed their petition? You know, like it was a sudden wake up that, oh, we have an evidence which we didn't present to the appeal court, why the PEPC. So why are you just bringing it now? I would like to put a question straight to you.
Thank you very much. You will notice I said the eminent justices were not brave enough. I don't pick words carelessly. Look, most of the things that have become law of tort, property law, and all of the opinions on jurisprudence has always been as a result of judges, especially at the highest level, having the courage to even make the law while they're in sitting. What I was trying to say was that if the courts, their eminence, now begin to say, what were you looking at when you did this? Why did you not do this? Why did you not do that? It simply means that they're trying to justify and rationalize a position they want to obstinately stick to. They could have also asked the question. We consider it a very major ethical issue that goes to the foundation of what democracy is. If we're talking about forgery, if we cannot ascertain, there are ways that judges can write these things. When you read a judgment, you look at the jurisprudence. You may not agree, and you don't have to agree, but you can say, okay, I hear what you are saying, I see your reasoning, but with profound respect. Did you read the works of Professor Reeds, a judicial authority in 1905, who says that the Supreme Court is supreme in the sense that it is not only it's not limited by any means to the legislative authority created by statute, but it also has the right to sit in a court and extend the law if it will be for the good of all. So I think that says it all. I mean, what, are we flogging a dead horse? They have ruled yesterday. We have heard. There's no other place to take it to. But the country has heard loudly. Young people have heard loudly. Our international partners have heard loudly. Those who use indecorous languages as their own sign of an olive branch, they've spoken. We will wait and see. It's like the rain is falling and you're thinking that it's going to fall on only your enemy. It's going to fall on your friends as well. It's time to do government. We'll be here in opposition. We'll set agenda for them. We'll call them out on issues. We'll bring them to the table on things that we know they're just promising and they have no damn idea how to do. We'll take them on the usage of plenty adjective but no growth. And then we'll see how far we can go. And you see, my charge is to the Nigerian people, and the young ones especially. You don't need to bring down the roof of the country or destroy the little we've created. You don't need to be so angry. If you are truly, truly angry, where you're supposed to make them pay is at the next election. You have an election in Kogi. There's no reason for you to go and allow the status quo to remain. You have an election in Imo. There's no reason for you to allow the status quo to remain, especially when you are seeing that maybe they want to keep doing, take it, snatch it, and run with it. These are not the kinds of things. You see, that office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and even the democratic conversation itself, is supposed to be so elevated to such a point that nobody really tries to, pretend as if we can't find the glove of O.J. Simpson didn't fit, even when we know that the wife is dead.
Right. I appreciate the point you're trying to make, Mr. Showumi, but I still want, some form of clarity, more clarity from your end, regarding what you could call the party's limitations. You've spoken about, the judiciary and where you feel the judiciary could have come in. But, that remains a debate, and the law is the law as we speak now. And that was what the justices stood on. But as to the failings which the Supreme Court established on the part of your party, First, regarding the new evidence that the PDP sought to bring in, especially on that issue and the roles the Supreme Court felt the PDP and its candidates could have done. Even the lawyer here said from the point when INEC had even released credentials, names, particulars of all candidates, it had also given parties, opposition parties, the leeway to explore whatever they may want to use and boost their arsenal, so to speak, at the court. So explain to us this issue of the failings of the PDP in pushing its case, bringing forth the needed evidence within the needed time.
Okay, thank you very much. Even that, one of the things that, blindsided all the other parties is the excessive delay and annoying holding back of assent to sign the 2022 Electoral Act into law. So the former President Muhammadu Buhari, for reasons best known to him, had almost come to the end of his 8 years before he was signing it. People were reacting to a new law without having enough time to read and understand it. That could be responsible for some of these things. But it doesn't matter. That if we can just keep that act to be stable, and we take some of the lessons we've learned from this one, and then we go into the next process, because it's always a continuous improvement anyway, then you will see that we will not, some of those things that appeared like slips, they won't be. And I want to say something to my friend Kazim. Look, if Labour Party didn't have all the agents that they needed to have, that doesn't mean it's going to be like that in the future. It was a fairly new party. They got a lot of organic energy. You have to kind of like envy them because you know that they can only get growth. And those who are maybe going to be predictably a one-term presidency, they better not laugh too much. The 8 years of Buhari flew by in a wink of an eye. How much more? Almost 6 months already, in my opinion, wasted on rigmarole. Plenty talk and no growth. The economy is bad. The whole thing is that. But let's just say, let's leave what we cannot change. We cannot change that the Supreme Court has ruled. And in dignified opposition, I have raised and offered them the congratulations that they deserve. But I still hold very strongly that the judges of the Supreme Court were not brave enough. They could have been braver. There is enough authorities in the English law, which we got our law from, which says that when the Supreme Court, the highest court in the land, is sitting in court, it has enough powers to even make laws while it is still trying to rule. So what they're saying in essence is that if the Supreme Court could not change and move and stretch the jurisdiction of the law, then it means that the law is statute and the law will not grow. So we cannot always insist that it is legislators alone that can give us laws and interpret laws, and the law must always look for good conscience and what is the best interest of society. On this day, they have given the garland to the APC and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I congratulate him. I congratulate all their own people, their followers and their fans, and I say to my own people, better luck next time. Let's just keep focused. We are the Theodoran men of this era. We are the ones who fall short, stand up, dirty ourselves, mind ourselves, only because we know that in just that one moment, even while we're doing it, we're braver than those who cannot really tell us precisely where they graduated and who gave them the certificate. QED.